Hello all and welcome to another unboxing video. Now when I do unboxing videos it tends to be for controllers or arcade sticks, and this video is no different. We got the Real Arcade Pro 5 Hayabusa. So I picked this up secondhand. It's a wired arcade stick for the Nintendo Switch, and yeah, I think I got it at a pretty reasonable price. Brand new, these arcade sticks are quite expensive. So I wasn't going to buy a brand new one, but yeah, I got a bit of a bargain on this, so quite happy. And just show you the box first. If you're interested in getting one of these, you might want to know a little bit more about it. So there's just a few specifications on the right there. Cable length 3 meters or 9.8 foot. That's good. It's a nice long USB lead, because you've got to bear that in mind, as it is a USB arcade stick. It will stretch to from myself to my TV very easily. So, well, I say TV to my Switch dock. I plug this in on one of the external USBs on the Switch dock and it works very well. It also tells you a little bit about the buttons. For instance, the original Hayabusa buttons on this joystick, and I have to say in practice they're very nice. Also the Hayabusa branded arcade stick. It's got a turbo setting. It's heavy at 4.8 pounds or 2.2 kilograms, and it's got a few specifics on height and depth and stuff. You'll see right now that it's quite big, but I'm just going to open it up now and show you what's inside the box. Right, so this is how it will come if you get one. It's well packed, I would say. Now this, again, as I said previously, was second-hand, so I don't know if it came with all the original packing, but it certainly came with enough. I didn't get an instruction manual with it or anything, but here it is. And I think it's a beautiful looking arcade stick. I really like the red and black. It's a nice fit for the Switch. You've got your 8 buttons on the front. You've also got the plus button, which is used on a Switch for start mostly. On the side you have the rest of your buttons, so you've got all your turbos, you've got all your switches here. You've got the left stick and right stick buttons, so this is pressing in the left and right stick on the regular Joy-Con setup or with a Pro controller. So you actually do need these for some games. For example, I think Blaze Blue uses it, at least one of their versions. I'm not sure if it's cross tag battle, but could be, or it could be the other one that's available on Switch. There's so many Blaze Blue games, it's a little difficult to remember. You've got your share button, you've got your home button, you've got your minus button, and yeah, it is where you select whether you want it to work with a Nintendo Switch or a PC, which is a really nice feature to have. And left stick or right stick or directional pad. Got mine set up to for the stick emulates the D-pad. And A on and A off, T off and T on. T on and T off I presume is turbo. I don't actually know what A on and A off means, in all honesty, and I'm going to be totally honest with you there. I don't have a manual for this. I can tell you right now though, it does say in the back of the box that it functions as a PC controller through X input, and the system requirements with Windows 10, 8.1, 8.7, and of course a USB port is required to connect it. What you may be wondering is, where is the USB port? Well, before we get to the USB cable, shall I say, before we get to that, I can show you it's got these little bits on the bottom, so they can sort of built to rest either on your legs or on a table, so it doesn't slip, which is what you want. Metal on the underside, very high quality, as I said before, heavy item. Right, so going back to the USB cable, it's in here. As it is with the last stick, the Mad Cat stick I reviewed, And what you do with that is pretty simple. You can pop it out of that little hole there. It's nice that there's an option to hide the USB away if you're taking it somewhere else to use. I know a lot of people quite like this stick for tournaments and such. So I've now seen what A is. It's to do with the assign mode, turbo mode and assign mode. Yeah, and again, not having instructions, I can't tell you what the assign mode does, but it's probably the mode you stick it in to assign different buttons to different things, I would guess. And also one thing to note is all those things on the side here are outlined on the top of the stick. So for easy sort of awareness of what's on the side. The function switches, the turbo, the minus, the left stick button, the right stick button, the share and the home are all identified on the top. So I do find when using this, it's a little difficult to remember what is going on down here, and especially in some games where you're having to use the either left stick button or the right stick button. It's helpful to have these here just to remember where you're putting your finger. You might need to feel around a bit, but you'll get there. But I'm going to show you a bit of footage of me using the stick now and come back to you in a moment for a few final thoughts. Okay, so in summary, what would I say about the Real Arcade Pro 5 Hayabusa from Hori? This massive beast of an arcade stick here. Well, it's amazing quality. You get what you pay for. I've not really got much I could possibly criticize about this stick. It does everything you'd expect it to. It's wide, so there's no lag or anything like that. The wire is long enough to reach my switch dock at least, and I think for most living rooms it's probably a good length. Buttons feel top notch, nice and tappity tappity. The stick, again, fantastically responsive. All the buttons you might want are catered for, which I think is really excellent. And situated, not getting in the way on the top. And I don't think the plus button gets in the way either. I think you're only going to press that if you need to press it. You're not going to press by accident, at least I haven't. You've got everything hidden away there, which actually works out pretty well in practice. So for my purposes, at least, this is playing this on Nintendo Switch. Absolutely phenomenal. I haven't tried this with the PC yet, but it's nice to have the option. You're not only buying a stick here that will work with your Nintendo Switch, you're also getting a stick that's going to work on a PC as well. So it's very nice, and there are a lot of really good fighting games available for the Nintendo Switch. It's become a really strong platform for fighters, and that was really my incentive for picking up this stick. It's really become a real great machine for fighting games. So that's all I've got to say. If you've got any questions about the stick, I'll do my best to answer them. Just drop them in the comments below. But if you can find this at a good price, even if you do pay a little bit more for it, I'd say you're paying for quality. And yeah, what more could you ask for from an arcade stick? Big, heavy, high quality materials, responsive, does everything you'd expect it to. Button layout is perfect in my opinion. Everything's placed really nicely for me. So I could sing the praises of this stick all day, but I will leave the video there. So thanks so much for checking out the video. Again, leave any comments below. If you liked it, pop in a like. If you want to see more videos like this, then you might want to consider subscribing to the channel. So until I see you again for another video, it is goodbye and game on.